Pascal was a gifted and sociable man with hundreds of friends and correspondents. They included figures as diverse as Queen Christina of Sweden, Christopher Wren, and Descartes. But in private, he was a less cheerful figure, often in poor health, and he felt the world was vanity. He writes in a note, human existence, inconstancy, boredom, anxiety. Hard scientific and mathematical researchers helped to combat the boredom, but Pascal was not an optimist about science in the modern manner. The effect of the new discoveries had been to break down people's traditional sense of their place in the universe. People felt like aliens, literally, displaced persons. They were surrounded by giddying new vistas of greatness and littleness. In Pascal's mind, this sense of exile came together with his Christian understanding of sin, paradise lost, man's need for salvation, the contradictions of human nature. He planned a book to be addressed to his age that might show the way to faith. It takes the form, or was to take the form, of a long series of psychological explorations. But his notes for it survive. We call them his Pensées, and they're a work of genius.
The whole visible world is only an imperceptible dot in nature's ample bosom. No idea comes near it. To offer man an astounding prodigy, let him look into the tiniest things. Let a mite show him in its minute body incomparably more minute parts. Legs with joints, veins in its legs, blood in its veins, humours in the blood, vapours in the drops. Let him divide these things still further till he has exhausted his powers of imagination. Our own human body is now a colossus compared to the nothingness beyond our reach. Of the two infinities of science, that of greatness is much more obvious. The eternal silence of these infinite spaces fills me with dread. When I survey the whole universe in its dumbness, and man left to himself with no light, as though lost in this corner of the universe, without knowing who put him there, what he has come to do, what will become of him when he dies, incapable of knowing anything, I am moved to terror. Let us consider the point and say, either God exists or he does not exist. But which of the alternatives shall we choose? Reason can determine nothing. A coin is being spun at the extreme point of this infinite distance which will turn up heads or tails. What is your bet? The God of Christians is not a God who is merely the author of mathematical truths and the order of the elements. He is a God who fills the soul and heart of those whom he possesses, who makes them inwardly conscious of their wretchedness and of his infinite mercy, who makes them incapable of any other end but him. It is the heart which perceives God, not the reason. The heart has its reasons, of which the reason knows nothing.
God is hidden from the wise. The paradox of man's greatness and wretchedness, which so troubled Pascal, is met and resolved by an answering divine paradox of the concealment of God's glory in the weakness of Christ. Pascal finds his hidden God most deeply hidden and therefore most profoundly revealed in Christ's passion. That was a theory, but the experience when it came was overwhelming. He recorded it that night in a series of disconnected phrases.
The year of grace, 1654. Monday, the 23rd of November. From about 10:30 in the evening until midnight. Fire. God of Abraham, God of Isaac, God of Jacob, not of philosophers and scholars. Certainty. Certainty.